With 2018 free agency now finished up and the start of the regular season still a month away, many people, myself included, have begun to look towards the possibilities of 2019 free agency. Whether it be Kawhi potentially staying in Toronto, or Kevin Durant leaving the Warriors, or Klay Thompson leaving the Warriors, which in my opinion are more just hopes that the Golden State dynasty breaks up than anything else, there's certainly a lot to talk about in terms of player movement next summer. But the one player that has picked up some more coverage in the past few days in terms of their 2019 free agency decision is none other than Kyrie Irving. Just a little over a year removed from being traded to the Celtics after requesting a trade away from Cleveland, there have been plenty of rumors swirling that there is mutual interest between Irving and the New York Knicks. Most recently, a report came out that Kyrie is New York's #1 and only target next summer, and along with some rumors from a little while ago that Kyrie had his eye on the Big Apple, many fans are speculating that he might not be a Celtic this time next year. But in my opinion, for a number of reasons, that just isn't going to happen. First of all, let's just be brutally honest here. The difference between the Knicks and Celtics on the basketball court both this season and moving forward is huge. The Knicks have Kristaps Porzingis and some other guys, plus nice young pieces and Kevin Knox, Mitchell Robinson, and Frank Ntilikina. But Porzingis might not even play this season and is due for a new contract next summer. Ntilikina is still very early in his development, and Knox and Robinson, despite all of their summer league promise, have yet to play a minute in the NBA. Meanwhile, the Celtics have one of the most complete rosters in the entire league for this coming season, and if they remain healthy, probably have the best chance of any team in the league to challenge the Warriors in a 7-game series, however small you might think that chance is. They have two all-star caliber players outside of Irving in Al Horford and Gordon Hayward, and even with Hayward's return from his scary opening night injury, it isn't like he's going to be terrible in his return. On top of that, they have two extremely promising young players that could challenge for all-star selections this season and moving forward in Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, along with solid role players like Marcus Morris, Marcus Smart, and Terry Rozier. And it isn't just the players around Irving either. Brad Stevens is one of the best coaches in the entire league, and Danny Ainge has proven to be one of, if not the best GMs in the league over the past few years. Meanwhile, the Knicks go through coaches like it's nothing and are notoriously unstable as a franchise from year to year. And as if that wasn't enough, the Celtics still have other teams' draft picks moving forward to make up for the potential losses of Horford and Hayward in free agency over the next handful of summers. So basically, why isn't Kyrie Irving going to leave the Celtics for the Knicks? Well, because he isn't stupid. I will fully admit that Kyrie is just kind of different as a player. He thinks differently and is definitely a unique guy, but there's no way from a basketball perspective that he would see the Knicks as a better situation than the Celtics. He wanted to leave Cleveland partly as a result of some team issues, but also partly because he saw that the team wasn't built to last, and as it turns out, he was right. He ended up in a fantastic situation for himself and for the team in Boston, and after being a part of what was at times a dysfunctional situation with the Cavs, I can't see him leaving the Celtics environment for one even worse than Cleveland in New York. Having said that, I'm not stupid either. I understand that there are off-court advantages to being in New York and that it does have a certain draw to it that Boston might not have. Irving is into his own projects and he has the Uncle Drew stuff, and that's cool, and I'm sure being in New York would be great for that part of his life. But all of that stuff can come after his career is over. I'm not telling him what to do, obviously. I'm just making an argument that all the off-court benefits of New York might not be as big of a deal as we make it out to be sometimes. I mean, if it meant that much to players, then the biggest free agent signings the Knicks have made in the past few seasons wouldn't have been Joakim Noah and Tim Hardaway Jr. That isn't meant to disrespect the Knicks or their fans. I'm sure there are a lot of players that dream of playing in New York, and maybe Kyrie is one of them. Where there just isn't much of a precedent in recent years that big-time players are willing to leave their teams in free agency to become a Knick. And with there being such a big difference between the Celtics and Knicks as franchises, both now and in the future, I don't see Kyrie Irving as being the one to start that trend in the modern NBA. To be fair, this is the same guy that requested a trade 2 years removed from winning a championship with the best player in the league on his team, and considered making that request even the summer immediately after winning the 2016 title. So anything is possible. But more than likely, this is just a situation in which fans are running with literally any rumor or report they can, and what is probably the longest NBA offseason I can remember in terms of a lack of news both in the States as well as internationally. and that is leading to this idea that Kyrie could join the Knicks next summer. But if you take a step back from the NBA offseason blues and look at the whole picture, which is what I try and do on this channel, then there's really no logical explanation why Kyrie Irving would leave the Celtics for the Knicks in 2019. And that is the end of today's video. I thank you all very much for watching. If you missed any of my previous Monday, Wednesday, Friday videos, then be sure to check out the boxes on screen. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.